You see it weeks ago. You see it weeks ago. I did content on his mother. I finished school. May she rest in peace. Now I'm about to do content on her son, Tupac School. A living legend, West Coast home, one of my favorite poetic people. Rest in peace, Tupac. We love you, man. And here we go. Here's the story of Tupac School. Tupac Amari School. You know, born Lasan Paris Crooks, born June 16th, 1971. Died September 13th, 1996. Better known or passed on September 13th. Passed on, born June 16th, 1971. Passed on September 13th, 1996. Better known as his stage name Tupac and later by his alias Machiavelli, was an American rapper and actor, considered one of the most influential rappers of all time. Shakur is among the best-selling music artists, having sold more than 75 million records worldwide. Much of Shakur's music has been noted for addressing contemporary social issues that plague inner cities, and he is considered a symbol of activism against inequity. Of course, no, he was born. Tupac was Lasan Tupac was born LaShawn Paris Crooks, June 16th, 1971, in New York City, New York. Died September 13th, 1996, age 25, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Cause of death, drive-by homicide, gunshot wounds, rest in place, cremated, ashes given to family. Other names, Tupac, Pac, Machiavelli, MC, New York. Occupation, rapper, actor, years active, 1989 to 1996. Spouses, Keisha Morris, married 1995 and ANN 1996. Partners Khadida Jones 1996. Parents Afeni Shakur, Billy Garland. Relatives Matula Shakur, stepfather. Asasta Shakur, step aunt. Maprim Shakur, step brother. Castro cousin. Awards full list. Genres hip hop, political hip hop, West Coast hip hop, gangster rap. Labels Interscope, Drive, Amaru, Death Row, Associated Acts, Digital Underground, Outlaws, Thug Life, Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Nate Dogg, Daz Jones, Johnny J, Suge Knight. Even though it's not on the list, I'm add this Bone Thugs and Harmony. Shakur was born in New York City to parents who were both political activists and Black Panther Party members. Raised by his mother and relocated to Baltimore in 1984 and then into the San Francisco Bay Area in 1988. Of course, you know he did. His early life. Shakur was born on June 16th, 1971, in East Harlem section of Manhattan in New York City. While born LaSalle Paris Crooks, at age 1, he was renamed Tupac Amaru Shakur. He was named after Tupac Amaru II, descendant of the last Incan ruler Tupac Amaru, who was executed in Peru in 1781. After his failed revolt against Spanish rule, Shakur's mother explained, "I wanted him to have the name of a revolutionary, indigenous people, indigenous people in the world. I wanted him to be known as part of the culture and not just from a neighborhood." Panther. Shakur had an older stepbrother, Papreen Kamil Shakur, and half sister, Sakiwa Shakur, 2 years his junior. Panther heritage. Shakur parents of Phoenix Shakur, born Alice Faye Williams in North Carolina, and his biological father, Billy Garland, had been active Black Panther Party members in New York in the late 1960s and early 1970s. A month before Shakur's birth, his mother was tried in New York City as a part of the Black Panther 21 criminal trials. He was acquitted over 150 charges. Education. In the 1980s, Shakur's mother found it difficult to find work and she struggled with drug addiction. In 1984, his family moved from New York City to Baltimore, Maryland. He attended 8th grade at Roland Park Middle School, then ninth grade at Paul Lawrence Dumba High School. He transferred to the Baltimore School for the Arts in the 10th grade. He studied acting, poetry, jazz, and ballet. jazz, and ballet. Performing Shakespeare's plays depicted timeless themes now seen in gang warfare. He will be called in as the Mouse King role in the Nutcracker Ballad. Music career MC New York. Shakur began recording under the stage name MC New York in 1989. That year, he began attending the poetry classes of Leela Steinberg, and she soon became his manager. And Steinberg organized the concept for Shakur and his rap group Strictly Dope. Steinberg managed to get Shakur signed by Itron Gregory, manager of rap group Digital Underground in 1990. Gregory placed him in the underground as a roadie and backup dancer. Digital Underground in 1991. Shakur debuted under the stage name Tupac on Digital Underground under a new record label, Interscope Records, on the group's January 1991 single Same Songs. You know, it was all around the world the same song. The song was featured on the soundtrack to the 1991 film Nothing But Trouble, starring Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, Chevy Chase, and Demi Moore. The song opens the group's January 1991 EP titled This Is an EP Release, while Shakur appeared in the music video. Tupacalypse Now, Shakur's debut album Tupacalypse Now alluded to the 1979 film Apocalypse Now, arriving in November 1991 would bear three singles. Some prominent rappers like Nas, Eminem, Game, Talib Kweli cited as an inspiration. Aside from this, My Homie calls the singles Trapped and Brenda's Got a Baby poetically depict individual struggles under socioeconomic disadvantage. Strictly for My N Words, Sakura's second album, Strictly for My N Words, and Jazz Niggaaaz, arrived on February of 1990. Sakura's second album, Strictly for My N Words, Ninjas, if you want to say, Niggaaaz, arrived on February 9, 1993, a critical and a commercial advance and debuted at number 24 on the pop albums chart, the Billboard 200, and overall more hardcore album. It emphasizes Tupac's social political views and has a metallic production quality. It features Ice Cube, the famed primary creator of NWA's F the Police, who in his own solo albums had newly gone militantly political, along with LA's original gangster rapper Ice-T, who in June 1992 had sparked controversy with his band Body Count's track Cop Killer. Of course, no Biggie and Junior Mafia in 1990. In 1993, while visiting Los Angeles, he told his B.I.G. asked a local drug dealer to introduce him to Shakur, and they initially became friends. The pair were socialized when Shakur went to New York or Biggie to Los Angeles. During this period, his own live shows, Shakur would call Biggie into the stage and to rap with him and Stretch together and recorded the songs Running from the Police and House of Pain. Of course, Me Against the World, Shakur's third album, Me Against the World, was released while he was incarcerated in March 1995. It is now hailed as his magnum opus and commonly ranks among the greatest, most influential rap albums. The album debuted at number one on the Billboard 200 and sold 240,000 copies in its first week, setting a thin record for highest first week sales for a solo male rapper. No, Dear Mama, songs like that, didn't they? All Eyes on Me. While Shakur was in prison in 1995, his mother was about to lose her house. Shakur had his wife Keisha Moore's contact Death Row Records. Founder Suge Knight in Los Angeles. Reportedly, Shakur's mother promptly received $15,000 after August visit to Clinton Correctional Facility in northern New York State. Knight traveled southwards to New York City to attend the second annual Source Awards ceremony. Meanwhile, an East Coast West Coast hip hop rivalry was brewing between Death Row Records and Bad Boy Records. In October 1995, Knight visited school in prison again and posted a $1.4 million bond. Shakur returned to Los Angeles and joined Death Row with the apparel of his December 1994 conviction pending. Prometheus albums. At the time of his death, fifth and final solo album has already finished Don Illuminati. The 7 Day Theory under the stage name Machiavelli. It had been recorded in 1 week in August 1996 and released that year. The lyrics were written and recorded in 3 days, and mixing took another 4 days. And in 2005, MTV.com ranked the 7 Day Theory at number 9 among hip hop's greatest albums ever. And by 2006, a classic album, its singular pugnance through heart and rage, comp- contemplation, and vendetta resonate with many fans. Film career. School's first film appearance was in 1991, film Nothing But Trouble, a cameo by the Digital Underground. In 1992, he starred in Juice, where he plays the fictional Roland Bishop, a militant and haunting individual. Rolling Stone's Peter Travers called him the film's most magnetic figure. 1995, 4 Quad Studio shooting. On November 3rd, 1994, while in New York recording verses for the mixtape Brian G. Shakur was repeatedly distracted by his beef with music manager James Jimmy Henchman. Roseman reportedly offered Shakur $7,000, yeah, to stop record studios. In Times Square that night, a record to record a verse for his client Lil Sean. Shakur was unsure but agreed to the session as he needed to cast offset legal costs. He arrived with Stretch and one of the two others in the lobby. Three men arrived and beat him at gunpoint. Shakur resisted and was shot, and Shakur speculated that the shooting had been a setup. Of course, you know, the whole big. In 1995 interview with Vibe magazine, Shakur accused Sean Combs, Jimmy Henchman, and Biggie, among others, of setting up for being privy to November 1994 robbery shooting. Bob alerted the names of the accused. The accusation was significant to the East-West Coast rivalry in hip hop. The accusation was because Sean Combs and Biggie were at Quad Studios at the time, and in 1995, months later, Combs and Biggie released the song "Who Shot You," whereas the song made no direct reference to the name of Shakur. Shakur mistakenly took it as a mockery of his shooting and thought he could be responsible, so he released direct diss song called "Hit 'Em Up," where he targeted Wallace Combs, their record label, Junior Mafia, and at the end, "Hit 'Em Up." He mentioned rivals Mod Deep and Chino XL. First off, forget the click, you claim West Side, don't let the rest side ride tonight, personal life. In a 1995 interview with Vibe magazine, Shakur listed Jada Pinkett, Jasmine Guy, Tretch, and Mickey Rourke among people who were looked out for him while he was in prison. Shakur also mentioned that Madonna was a supportive friend. Madonna later revealed they had dated in 1994. Of course, Mike Tyson and people like that. Legal issues, the sexual assault case where he falsely accused of rape and things like that. You know, Freddie Fox, Madonna, Salt and Pepper, and Al Sharpton. All people, Son Teaser, Niccolo Machiavelli, The Prince, Ricky's Islands, all supporting him. Of course, 1993 shooting in Atlanta. On October 31, 1993, Shakur was arrested in Atlanta for shooting two off-duty police officers, brothers Mark Whittle and Scott Whittle. 1995. 1995, wrongful death suit. On August 22nd, 1992, in Marion City, Shakur performed outdoors at a festival for about an hour. After the performance, he signed autographs and posed for photos. A conflict broke out, and Shakur allegedly drew a legally carried Colt Mustang but dropped it on the ground. Shakur claimed that someone with him then picked it up when it accidentally discharged. Legacy and remembrance. All music Stephen Thomas Erlin describes Shakur as unlikely, martial, of gangster rap, with Shakur paying the ultimate price of criminal lifestyle. Shakur was described as one of the top two American rappers in the 1990s, along with Snoop Dogg. The online rap magazine Our Hip Hop held a 2007 roundtable in which New York rappers Carmega, citing tour experience with New York rap duo Mobb Deep, imparted a broad assessment. Biggie ran New York, Pac ran America. See, discography. Here we go. Studio albums: Apocalypse Now, 1991. Strictly for My N Words, 1993. Me Against the World, 1995. All Eyes on Me, 1996. The Don Paul Mitchell studio albums: The Don Illuminati, 1990. The 7 Day Theory, 1996 is Machiavelli. Are You Still Down? Remember Me, 1997. To the End of Time, 2001. Better Days, 2002. Loyal to the Game, 2004. Pac's Life, 2006. Thugs, Thug Life Volume 1, 1994. Still I Rise, 1999. Filmography: Nothing But Trouble, Juice, Poetic Justice, Different World, Living Color, Above the Rim, Murder Was the Case, the movie, Saturday Night Special, Saturday Night Live, Bullet, Crick, Gridlock, Gang Related, Baby Boy, or Archive, Tupac Resurrection, Notorious, Straight Outta Compton, All Eyes on Me. Documentaries: Tupac Shakur, Thug Immortal, Tupac Shakur, Words Never Die, Tupac Shakur, see, Tupac Shakur, Before I Wake Up, Welcome to Death Row, Tupac Shakur, Thug Gangs, Biggie and Tupac, The West Side, Tupac Forever, Tupac Resurrection, and that's the story of Tupac. Come like, share, subscribe.